driving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right. So, I wanted to talk on the maintenance steps today. All right. What are the maintenance steps? They're 10, 11, and 12. You know how I like to hit that 3-minute mark, though. And I'm not TikToking today. So, I'm going to give everybody a heads up that's listening. Shit's about to hit the fan again. I can just feel it. And I want nothing to do with it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going to happen, but I can see it coming. You know, there's certain indications in my life that are showing that that's happening. And I have to watch myself on it, right? Because when it comes to things like that, you know, you got to watch out. What it comes down to is you got to watch contempt prior to investigation, right? Right. So that's why I say this is a gut feeling. But my gut feelings are almost always correct. Of course, lately when it's been to coming out, picking out trolls on Zoom, I haven't been very good. So, but usually when it comes to this, they're changing. Here's your first indication. First, they were recovery coaches. Then they were peer support specialists. Now they're recovery ambassadors. It's just a different name. But it'll be the same thing. So, all right. That got us through the 3-minute mark. Just giving everybody a heads up. Stay out of the bull crap. If there are personalities going on and not principles, get out, man. I don't know about you, but it's easy for me to get caught up in that. It's easy when your phone rings to just pick it up, isn't it? I'm going to put it over here so I don't. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'm a dude in Denver, Colorado, who has some experience, who really enjoys giving it away. I do. I literally just want to have a desk and be an old man sitting behind my desk and people coming and asking me questions. That's literally what I want to do for a living. I just want to sit behind a desk and be a wise man and help people and continue to grow, continue to be a better person. Okay? But we really, really got to look into doing the work and doing it. It says in chapter 5, rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Hi, Ingrid. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're doing better. You're on my mind a lot. So, you know, I really wish my computer would stop giving me notifications. I don't want to see my phone, my computer. No. Yeah, that's what I get for doing a Windows update. Let's get started. Okay. So the maintenance steps. What are the maintenance steps? Well, they are 10, 11, and 12, but what are they? All right. So let's start with step 10. I'm just going to read. I'm going to read out of 12 by 12. But I'm going to the front because they have the extended version of the step, is what they call it, right? So, step 10, continue to take personal inventory, and when we are wrong, promptly. What does promptly mean? Immediately. Now. Now. By the time we hit the maintenance steps, we have completed 4 and 5. We've done 6 and 7. We've done 8 and 9. Actually, you're going to be on 9 for the rest of your life, just so you know. Okay? You will continue to be making amends for the rest of your life. That's where step 10 comes in. Oh, that person, I know that person. They are not on my amends list, but I do owe them one. That's step 10. Okay? Now I'm going to speak from experience here. This has been my experience. That's essentially it. Yeah, we've cleaned our side of the street. Now we have to keep it clean with regular maintenance. Good to see you, Mr. Leisure. Twice in one day. I must be doing something right. All right. So, like I said, I'm just reading the extended version in the 12 by 12 because it'd be pretty tough to cover 10, 11, and 12 in 20 minutes. But I'm not really talking about the steps themselves. What I'm talking about is a way of life. Okay? 10, 11, and 12 cover everything else. My experience has been 1 4-step. I did 1. I'm never going to have to do another one again because of step 10. When you've reached the maintenance stages, you don't do another 4-step. You do a 10th step. Okay? And it happens in here. All right, step 10. Can we stay sober and keep emotional balance under all conditions? Well, that's right back to emotional sobriety. It's what 10th step is all about. It's what the 10th step is all about. Emotional sobriety. This is where we stop fighting everybody and everything, including us. Before I came on here, I was fighting with myself. Right? And this fight was, Dion, stay out of it. Just stay out of it. It's none of your business. Self-searching becomes a regular habit. What did I just talk about? I just did it. Doing it now. I'm always taking stock in what Dion is currently doing. Before I do something, I ask my intentions. Dion, what are your intentions here? Well, that sounds like God's will. We could do that. See, I'm using my brain because I'm allowed to. I honestly think that some of us fear getting well. Admit, accept, and patiently correct defects. Accept. Acceptance is a huge part of your life now. Oh, I did something wrong. Oh, it's not the end of the world. Oh, it's not the end of the world. 10th step is done all day, but you're on the right track. You don't just wake up and take stock, go to bed, take stock. No, you're going to, this is called spot check inventory, and that's what you do. Okay. All of this is not incorrect. Whatever you're saying, whatever I'm saying is not incorrect. It is all correct. Okay. This is just my experience. Your experience may be different, and that's still beautiful. Right. When past is settled with the present, when past is settled with, present challenges can be met. Varieties of inventory, anger, resentment, jealousy, envy, self-pity, hurt, pride, all led to the bottle. Self-restraint. First objective. What did I just say? Dion, keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. I just put out a post about this too. That was not intentional. But it pretty much says, Dion, shut up. Insurance against big shotism. That's the big thing. Let's look at credits as well as debits. That means that we claim spiritual progress. I claim spiritual progress every day. Been a while since we done it. Should we do it now? Let's do it. Good job. Hey Chris, good to see you, brother. I just did it. And see how I just moved on immediately. It's over with. But I did it. I did it. Well, it's going to feel weird. Do it. So that's step 10. Okay. Really short, but step 11. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood him. Got to put that in there, or we're going to get all butthurt. Praying only for knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. Gosh, doesn't that sound a lot like step 3? It goes right with 10. It goes exactly with 10. I live in 10, 11, and 12. That is where life is lived. Every day, you hear me say this all the time. Every day is a new day that I get to go out and show the world what God can do. That's my job. And now all I have to do is get closer to him. And it's all I want. It's what I want. Now my will is in line with God's. Meditation and prayer, main channels to higher power. How do you think I get my answers? No, God starts talking to you. He will still talk through his children, don't get me wrong. But a lot of times when it just comes to life in and of itself, you can take care of it now. You have a direct line to God. You ever been in a meeting and there's somebody talking and your brain goes, I can help that person. I can help that. I know I can help that person. That's God talking to you. Connection between self-examination and meditation and prayer. When we meditate, we're doing a step 10. We're thinking about things. An unshakable foundation for life. Steps 1, 2, and 3. 10, 11, 12. That's how you maintain it. And an individual adventure. First result is emotional balance. That's the first result that you get from step 10. What does emotional balance mean? It means this. Not this. That's dead. Okay. That's dead. But we are no longer this. We're no longer on an emotional roller coaster ride all day long and taking it out on other people. See, that's always the key. There's a key. There's always an answer. Is it going to hurt somebody else? You have to think of that. What about prayer? Daily petitions for understanding of God's will and grace to carry it out. The understanding of God's will. Right? For me, it means help another person. And it's always the answer. Okay? It says it in the big book time and time again. When in doubt, help another person, help another alcoholic. Self-pity, help another alcoholic. Not feeling grateful, help another alcoholic. Not write a gratitude list. Gratitude list for something else. No, the only answer is help somebody else. Step 12. This is a big one. And we hardly ever talk about it. We used to have 12-step meetings all the time. Why? Because there were hundreds of people around me having spiritual experiences. That's why. That's why. Having had a spiritual awakening as the result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all of our affairs. Joy of living is the theme of step 12. I have a lot of joy in my life. I do. I have heartaches in my life. And somehow I still find joy. I'll give you a good example. You know me. I'm the example man. Right? When when my wife's client passed, I shouldn't be calling her our client. I do stuff. She gets paid. I don't, right? But I do it because I love it. And she passed. Okay. But there were certain things that she did that we kept. Number one, the trash men. They have been getting cookies from her for years. They still get cookies. They do. We still do that for her. She has 2 cats. This is their house. They're not going anywhere. We're taking them. I'm trying to figure out how to get my 3 cats to get along with their 2 cats. That's what this is about. I'm still finding joy in that. Why? Because who doesn't want their name in there and their things carried on? I do. What is that? That's just respect. That's a little bit of respect. This still isn't my house. It's still Barb's house, and I'm going to respect it. Action is key word. What does that mean? Go help another alcoholic. That's what that means. Action. Okay? All right. I'm going to kind of go through this because I feel like I'm repeating, and that sounds, yeah, I don't like that. So anyway, giving that asks no reward, love that has no price tag. What is a spiritual awakening? Love that has no price tag. I'm going to tell you, for me, one of the biggest gifts that I have in my life now is unconditional love. Yeah. Even for everybody, it's unconditional. In other words, there are no conditions in me providing love to you. A new state of consciousness and being received as a free gift. Readiness to receive gifts. Readiness to receive gift lives in the practice of 12 steps. Are you hearing that? You're going to get gifts. Don't turn them down. Don't turn them down, sillies. Don't be silly. Take them. Take them. They're yours. Claim them. Claim that spiritual progress. It's yours. Why? Because the next person's going to see you doing it, and guess what? They're going to get into recovery because they see what's happening to you. Leadership by example is what AA is. The magnificent reality, rewards of helping another alcoholic, kinds of 12-step work, problems of 12-step work. What about the practice of these principles in all of our affairs? Each step has a principle. By the time you are in the maintenance stages, you are practicing all the principles in all your affairs because your will is in line with God's. You are a new person. You can't go back and do the other. You can't redo step 1. You're not a newcomer anymore. Somebody asked yesterday, when am I not a newcomer? 31 days in my book. 31 days. You're no longer a newcomer. So stop calling yourself a newcomer when you got 1.5 years. You're not a newcomer. Because what you're telling the newcomer is, I'm going to be a newcomer for that freaking long. Do I still feel like a newcomer sometimes? Been a long time. Been a long time. Because I live in 10, 11, 12. It's where I live. Still a lot here. All right. Monotony, pain, and calamity turn to good use by practice of 12 steps. Okay? That means your story has turned to gold. Nobody can use it against you. You've cleared up your side of the street. Nobody can touch it. Nope. Sure cannot. Two-stepping. Two-stepping means you do steps 1 and 12. It's very, very prevalent in Colorado right now. I call it recovery coaching. Anyway. Switch to 12-stepping and demonstration of faith. Growing spiritually is the answer to our problems. placing spiritual growth first, domination and overdependence, putting our lives on a give and take basis. I think this is probably one of the hardest things for people to understand. Every relationship has 100% to it. Okay. I'm going to use my wife and I. I give 50% of the time. The other 50% of the time, I'm taking. Okay. Some days it's 80-20. Some days it's 60-40. Maybe she's having a bad day and I'm doing better. Some days we're both sick on the same day, but we can still find comfort with each other and we get ourselves out of it together. Okay. So every relationship is a give and take. You ever been in a relationship and they're like, or you're like, I do things for you all the time, but you just don't appreciate it. That's because both sides are giving 100% of the time. Nobody's taking. Taking's not a bad word. Think of it. Okay. Gifting. Does that feel better? That feels better than use that, right? Dependence upon God necessary to recovery for alcoholics. Practicing these principles in all our affairs. Domestic relations in AA. Not going to cover that one right now. Outlook upon material matters change. So do feelings about personal importance. Do I think I'm important? Yeah. Sure. But only if I'm a part of the group. Only if I'm a part of the group. On an individual basis, am I important to some people? Yes. To the world, no. My opinion's just like everybody else's. Probably stinks, right? Instincts restored to true purpose. I talk about instincts all the time. They sit in your tummy. Instincts lie in your tummy. Is that a good thing to do? Ow. Probably not. If the tummy says no, then the answer is no. Don't take it to your head because it's going to say yes. Understanding is key to right attitudes, right action, key to good loving. Understanding is the key to right attitudes. The more awareness, the more acceptance, the more honesty, the more open-mindedness, more willingness that you have, and those are all non-action things, the more you will understand and the more you will have the key to good living. And that, my friends, is what we're trying to get to. Because if your life is in will, if you are in will with God's will and your life is going well, you can help other people more than you know. And this is where I feel like sometimes when it comes to the 12th step, we determine our, what do you call it? Worth. Don't determine your own worth. Stay away from that. It won't do you any good. So, all right. That's the maintenance steps. 1/4 step. 1/9 step. Living in something bigger than you. Being a part of something bigger than you. Wanting to be sane. Wanting to be closer to our higher power. See, when your intentions change, other things start to happen. Other things start to happen, and you know it. You've experienced it. So use it again. Use it again. All right. That's what I got. I will not be back again today, but I will be back tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. A lot of great comments. I love you all. Peace out and